Hi, I'm Ross Newham, lifetime drug-free bodybuilder, and you're watching Natural Aesthetics. In this video, I'm going to explain my quad-dominated leg day, the first of 2 leg days of my new 6-day-a-week training split. So the second day is hamstring orientated, but I will be doing at least one pushing compound for legs on that day. I don't really want to isolate it with just machine and isolation movements. I'll definitely be doing stiff leg deadlifts for sure. I'll probably squat again on the second session, but this is a quad orientated day and the first exercise is squats. So at the moment I'm warming up with foam rolling, which for me is essential really. I haven't used foam roller for one reason or another in a few years, but I was doing it very consistently when I was squatting at my strongest, and it helps me to get full depth and the looseness that I need to get that position whilst feeling semi-comfortable. At the moment my squats just aren't feeling comfortable. I'm feeling very, very tight. It feels uncomfortable in my lower back, hips, glutes. It just doesn't feel right. It's something I really need to work on if I'm going to continue to squat progressively heavier and consistently. So my warm-up was lateral band squats, pushing the knees out and some foam rolling, and then I always do a hip and lower back warm-up. And if you want to see that, what I do to make my body a little bit looser so I can squat full depth with relative comfort, then just mention it in the comments section and I'll do a video on that. So I went up to 140, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel like I was going to have a good workout and reach the intensity that I wanted. I felt like I was going to be hindered by me choosing to do squats rather than just training the legs. Squats is a very technical movement. It's reliant on very good mobility, and if your mobility is hindering your ability to train the legs hard, you might consider doing something else while you sort that mobility issue out. So I chose to do the pendulum squat machine, fantastic machine, a new one in the gym. Went up to about 80k for a set of 5 reps on each weight up to that point, and then I backed it off to 60 kilos for sets of 10, which felt pretty good. A little bit of hip discomfort still, and a little bit of back tightness, but it felt better than squats, so I was able to reach a decent intensity on my thighs. So after these, I then moved on to reverse hack squat. I'm not overly keen on the traditional hack squat machine where you face outwards on the platform. I prefer it inwards. I think it's better for the quads. That's just my opinion. But of course you have to remember that you have to load the machine heavier when you're doing it this way because it is easier. It's much easier. And the tension curve is a little bit funny on this. It'll be really, really difficult for the first third, and then it gets a lot easier because of the trajectory of the machine. So once you're past that kind of sticking point, the first third, it does become a lot easier. So I think I was lifting about 300 kilos on this, so it needs to be quite heavy, much heavier than if you were facing the other way round. I mean, that kind of weight would probably destroy me on the regular hack squats at the moment because I'm just not feeling comfortable. And of course, discomfort takes away from intensity because you're concentrating. As much as you try, you can't help but focus on that pain, and you can push through it. But at some point, it's going to reduce the intensity that you're able to generate, and obviously, it's probably going to make things worse if you have a problem there. So I like this one. Really hits the quads well. I think round the other way, if you're facing outwards, maybe focuses on the glutes a little bit more. Overall kind of thigh development, where this is maybe a little bit more quad orientated, but it's nevertheless a good alternative to squats. And then I finish up with some leg extensions. So I do a couple of warm-up sets, about 10 reps, then I move on to my working sets, 7, 7 and 7. Each set ascends in weight, so the last set of 7 is at the heaviest weight. I think this is 1 or 2, so not the heaviest one. By the last set of 7, it should feel pretty damn heavy. You're almost getting a failure with good form. Then I drop the weight to about half of what I was just doing for the top set, maybe 40% or so, and I try to do 50 reps. This is a weight where you really want to be struggling at the 20 to 25 mark. It's no good doing something like that at a weight that's too light. It's not going to benefit you in any way. It needs to be a struggle, and you should not be able to complete the 50 reps with perfect form Really, you're looking to complete the 50, as I said, with either rest pause, so taking a few seconds between some of the reps, which I've done in the past, forced reps with a training partner, or partials, which is what I've just done there. So keeping the tension on and, doing the movement with a limited range of motion to enable me to continue to get the 50 reps out. It's just a nice way to finish the quads. Really helps you reach the kind of intensities and teaches you to reach those intensities that you might need on the big compounds. So finished up with 6 sets of calves, 3 seated and 3 standing, and that's the session for today. So thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy it, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. Stay strong.